What is the story today?
I don't know, George. What is the story today?
Oh my god! My name is not George. He's on holiday.
Oh yeah, he's on holiday. This is a pre-record with George's African cousin.
So, Angus, how has your week been?
So good. It's been so good since we last spoke, which was literally about 15 minutes ago since we finished recording the last one. Boom, we're straight in.
Oh, yes.
Right, this is start off a 10. He's George.
He's Angus.
And yeah, you know the drill by now.
Hopefully. Unless you're a new starter, then hello.
Yeah, cool.
And welcome
Welcome.
to Start of 10.
Welcome to the club. Join the club. Sit down.
Sit down,
Make
grab
yourself
a beer,
comfortable. Yeah. have a
and
beer. You'll need a
enjoy.
beer. You'll need a
Start
beer
of
to
10.
get through this.
Probably will need a beer to get through this.
Yeah. Right. I think we'll just go straight in. There's no time for any...
No, let's go in. Go in hard.
Have you turned into Westwood now? Dropping the bombs.
Go in hard.
I'll see if I've got some sound effects for this.
Some Westwood sound effects.
I think I might.
Wow.
I got a gunshot.
Going hard.
Do you want to crack a thunder?
Yeah, do it. That was good. That was good, man. Wow.
Yeah.
We have a soundboard now, so we're quite excited.
Oh, yeah. Right. The news story...
Start 10. Go for it. Go
Start off
straight
at 10.
in.
The news is that collectors have realised that brand new £5 notes, the first off the press,
Mm-hmm.
could be worth a small fortune.
What, about £5?
No, so this is the thing. The new £5 notes are selling for nearly 800 quid on eBay.
What?
Yeah. You couldn't make it up.
paying 800 quid for a £5 note?
So the new plastic notes, which entered circulation recently, are selling for more than 160 times their face value. Essentially, they've got the little numbers,
Mm-hmm.
the serial number, which started at AA01.
Crikey, I wonder who has that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this bloke with like the really low serial number has decided that this is obviously worth more.
Well, that, to be fair, probably is worth a lot of money, but you'd hang on to it. You wouldn't get rid of it now.
I don't know. You'd surely cash in when it's worth 160 times its value.
No, but surely that's going to be worth more in the future. The first ever British polymer note.
There's 3 here in a plastic wallet. It's quite sinister, just Winston Churchill staring out at you in his weird blue hologramic face.
Brilliant. I haven't had one yet. I haven't even come across one yet, have you?
Yeah, I came across one in on a night out on Saturday. And
Really?
yeah. They're quite weird. They just don't like fold up properly.
They've said that when they're brand new, they have a tendency to stick together, so I'm hoping that cash machines are just going to give you like 500 quid instead of one.
Yeah, they just weren't so good for doing a line off the back of the toilet seat.
No, not as good.
Yeah, just not good. Just really hard to roll into a small tube.
Man.
It's quite disappointing. I think I might
I'm
go
just
back
going to
to
have to get a straw from the bar then.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to using a 20, I think. Yeah, use a different...
50. I'm going to use 50.
George only uses £50 notes.
I only use 50s.
Yeah, the other news is that people are doing... The other quite cool thing that I guess is cool people are doing is they're donating the first £5 note that they get their hands on. They've decided to donate it to charity.
Which I think is awesome.
It's quite cool.
I am going to partake.
I
when
think
I finally get one. See, the trouble is living in Devon. It's going to take a little while for that money to travel down
Do you reckon
here.
if you live next door to the mint, they just get new money all the time? Where they just go and put it in that cash machine and wait
If
for it
you
to
are a
circulate?
coin collector, that's where you need to move to.
What's the technical name for a coin collector?
A coin collector.
Surely not.
No, they must have a weird Latin name.
Coin collector name. A numismatic.
What?
You're a numismatic.
Hmm.
So you partake in the study, you partake in numismatics. The study or collection of currency, including coins, tokens, or paper money and related objects.
I very casually collect money.
They are often characterized as students of numismatics. So would you classify yourself as a student of numismatics?
No, I'm a beginner student. I have a few coins that I've collected over the years, like currencies that no longer exist and stuff, which is quite cool.
Are you the kind of guy who buys those, like...
No. No, I'm not that into it. They're all
you
in
haven't
like
even let me get that far. You know when you're watching on telly and you get the, like... Yes, it's a once-in-a-lifetime, one-per-household opportunity to get your commemorative battle coin.
Yeah, no, I don't.
The £20 coin.
Yeah, I'm not. Only £20
Yeah,
plus postage.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm not.
pay in 8 instalments. and it's his legal tender of Gibraltar. So technically, you could go on a holiday to Gibraltar and spend all your novelty coins.
No, I don't. I don't collect like that. I have in plastic money sleeves, like.
Oh my God, you really are a student of
coins.
numismatics.
No, only because I have them hanging around.
Well,
So I have some coins in there, like I have a Spanish lira, a peseta, Spanish peseta. I don't know if you ever went to Spain before they went to the Euro.
No.
I have Maltese lira when I went to Malta. It's only from when I've been to places and I've just happened to collect a few coins. Because in Malta they used to have 25-cent coins that had a hole in the middle.
Cool.
So they were quite cool.
I
think that was Malta. That might have been Spain, actually. Shit, I don't even remember. They're all at home somewhere under the bed.
Upstairs.
I have a kroner in my wallet.
That doesn't make me a numismatic. That just makes me a
I
man
have
with
one in my
a
wallet.
Danish coin.
I have one of them. Where did you get that?
I don't know. I haven't stolen it off you. Don't worry.
I found it in I found mine in a safe.
Are you sure it's not some sort of special coin if you're finding it in a safe? Who's safe? Hang on, there's a bit more to this story. You can't just find something in a safe. You can't just drop that out there. You idiot.
No, I was on holiday, man. I was on holiday and we were clearing out the safe, going home.
What, like the safe in the room?
Yeah, the safe in the room. Not an hotel safe.
We were clearing out the safe in the bank.
Just before leaving to come home.
We'd been to Monaco and we'd just done the bank. And Mum and Dad were there, stood by the door with a sports bag. And they were like, George, we've got to go now.
And a sauna.
We've got to go now. I can hear the sirens. They're getting nearer. We were just emptying the safe before we went home.
So we're emptying the hotel room safe. Okay. And I was checking inside because they're big and they're dark, so I had a torch just to check. On my phone, nothing. I'm not fucking getting the torch out or anything.
You had a wind up. You definitely did.
And I spotted this coin, and I was like, I had a hole in the middle. I was like, that's awesome. And yeah, it was a Danish kroner. One Danish kroner, but it's tiny. It's like that big with a hole in the middle.
Yeah. I remember seeing somebody in tech using the blowtorch, using the burning gear, heat up a £2 coin
and try and get the middle out.
Try and extract the middle.
You can do it with like a hydraulic press, can't you?
Yeah, I think it's actually it's like a step. It's on a step.
Yeah.
Inside to stop them being
from being able
extracted.
To
But I mean,
it is possible.
It was nothing that 40,000 degrees till it was cherry red wasn't going to solve. I'm sure. Oh, the mindset of a teenage boy. Give him an oxyacetylene bottle. Give him oxygen and acetylene gas.
£2 coin.
£2 coin and see how hot you can make it.
Red.
I remember as well with that same burning kit would get so hot that there was a brick there that if you touched if you got the gas obviously just right to the right temperature where it was a white cone of flame. If you got it that hot and touched the end of the cone on the brick actually turned to almost like glass. The sand started
melted.
to go clear. And you were like, it's hot. It's pretty hot.
Real hot.
That's hot, that is. Mega. Yeah. So I don't really do much coin collecting.
No, I have a few. I have some of the Olympic coins from 2012, the Olympic 50p's. I have some of them, but not all of them. I wanted to try and collect them all, but I'm not one of those people who's just going to go pay money for coins because then you're not really collecting them, are you? Do you know what I mean?
Apart from the Gibraltar £20.
Apart from those.
Those commemorative.
I have all
ones.
of those on display in a display cabinet, but they're fakes. The real ones are in the bank.
Oh, do you keep them in the bank?
Actually, it's the other way around.
We've learned a lot about you tonight, George. We've learned a lot. You're in good
that's-
form.
So, yeah, I collect some coins, and I have like the shield, you know, those coins and stuff, but nothing like serious.
Do you remember the football coins? What World Cup are we talking?
Yes,
when
no, it
Glenn
was-
Hoddle. So is this Euro?
I was going to say it was a Euro, wasn't it?
Let me get it right. So
I think I have a
football
couple
World
of
Cup.
those.
When was the World Cup?
It wasn't the World Cup, was it? I swear it was the Euro.
Uh,
Wasn't that the one where David James kicked it into the goal? Where he went to kick the ball, but actually wound up like jumping over it and missing it entirely, and it rolled behind him and into the goal, and everyone hated him for a while.
Probably.
I think it was that
If
one.
it was 2016, so they go every 4 years. So 2012, 2008.
We were in
2004,
primary school.
2000. No, it's not 1996. So it must have been 2000, which made us like 7 or 8. So we were peak collecting.
That's
time.
right.
Yeah. So
We were in primary
Euro
school.
2000 is possibly the one. I reckon, which was 4 Euros ago. England didn't do very well.
No, it did terribly because David James let them in.
No, it wouldn't. It would have been
Seaman.
David Seaman with the ponytail.
Well, I thought that was that, unless it was 2004 then. Because
Because
that would have been year 6.
when was
Could have
Glenn
been
Hoddle
that.
England manager? Well, Glenn Hoddle was England manager between 1996 to 1999. And
Oh.
I had a Glenn Hoddle coin.
Oh,
Because it was these weird, like, tacky...
maybe they did it twice.
The main
Look
thing...
it up, man.
The
Google
main
it.
thing that brings me back to this is I remember how tacky they were. And also, do you remember the little men with the massive heads?
Oh yeah, I remember them.
The bobblehead thing.
Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah. You used to get them in cereal packets and stuff when the...
That's oh my god, when they used to put gifts in cereal
Yeah.
packets.
But the thing was, the gift...
They were the good old days.
I don't think... Nowadays, maybe the cereal game's moved on. Maybe kids aren't eating cereal like they used to. But
Oh, that's rubbish.
I remember back when the Euros or the Football World Cup or the Rugby World Cup or whatever came round, that would be like... The cereal would be on theme. And I don't know if that's still happening anymore. Is cereal still the choice? Is that still the child's breakfast of the UK? That's the
It's
question
got to
I
be,
posed
surely.
to you.
I used to have like well, I used to have all sorts, but I used to love Ready Break.
Really?
Oh, I loved
That's
it.
plain, man.
Yeah, no, we like crap tons of sugar.
Oh, so you used to take the
Yeah,
healthiest
like,
cereal
yeah.
and turn it into the diabetes spec.
I was telling my mum and dad this the other day when I used to have porridge as a kid. You know, when you finally get to that age where you're managing your own food. So obviously when
You manage breakfast before any other meal.
yeah, breakfast, yeah.
You're entrusted with breakfast, which
You are,
many
yeah.
would argue is the most important meal of the day.
Yeah, on your own, yeah. So,
Yes.
you know when you're a kid and you have porridge or whatever and you just have a little dash of sugar, just a little bit, you know. That's what parents used to do, right? Fine. Once I started doing it myself, I realised that if you probably know this, if you do white sugar, leave it for a minute, it goes transparent. Right?
Yeah.
So you could coat it in white sugar, completely coat it, and it would all melt and sort of sit on the top. And then you get the brown sugar and do a couple of dollops of brown sugar. And then when they came in, it's like, oh yeah, just brown sugar, just a bit of brown sugar. But actually, it's covered in white sugar with a little bit of brown
So
sugar.
you were running some sort of sugar scam on
A
your
sugar
parents.
Ponzi scheme. At the age of about 7 or 8.
I think I didn't used to cover my tracks. I just used to get a... But I used to eat, and still unashamedly still eat with a teaspoon.
Oh,
Right.
see, I saw a picture the other day of that, of something. And it's weird. I didn't think people actually did it.
Yeah, I still eat with a teaspoon.
Why?
But what I would do is I would get a large, normal size spoon to use the sugar. So I would almost reverse the roles of the spoon. So I would have the biggest possible spoon of sugar,
Dude.
and then the smallest. But I don't add sugar to my cereal. I don't eat cereal anymore. I don't eat cereal.
I still eat.
I have pancakes.
I still eat cereal.
I cook pancakes.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah, you say this, and I used to think this was also a thing too, but it actually
I
takes.
suppose you could make the batter the night before. In fact,
Yeah.
they say you can do that, and it's good because it gives it time for the starch to whatever.
Also, even if you're making the batter there and then, it takes. I mean, it's 2 minutes. I mean, if you can make 7 to 8 minutes for your breakfast, you can have 2 pancakes. Job's a good one. And then I put so much golden syrup on it as well.
Oh,
Golden
yeah.
syrup or maple syrup.
Lyle's golden syrup.
Tate and Lyle. Yeah, you know the you know. If you
The
know,
tin.
you know, the whole tin. And you put the spoon in, you turn the spoon for about
You heat the
3/4
spoon
of
up.
an hour.
Heat the spoon up on the gas, mate.
I don't have gas. I have a induction hob.
Oh, you have induction.
It's like
Well, get a
flying
lighter out then.
No.
No, you can still heat a spoon up on induction. As long as it's
but it doesn't
not
heat just-
aluminium. If it's steel,
Yeah,
it's
but it
fine.
doesn't heat just the end. It
No,
heats all the
the
metal
whole spoon,
through.
yeah.
Yeah, so I go to... Great, George. I put my spoon
Get
on
your
the
oven glove
induction
on.
hob, which heats through... It's through magnetism, isn't it? It's
Yes,
a magnet
magnetism,
turning
yeah,
on, and
it
that's
is
the
magnetism.
resistance of the metal.
Yeah.
So the magnet turns on and off and on really fast. So the resistance of the metal, the whole spoon, the handle, everything becomes red hot. And I go and pick it up just to get my golden syrup out. Yeah, good
because
plan.
because you do it and you take a spoonful and you dollop it on your pancake and it falls straight off and you have no wastage on the spoon. It's all on your pancake.
Or you just lick the spoon afterwards.
Or you just eat the spoon, yeah.
Yeah.
So I found the coins.
What, the Glen Hoddle coin?
They did two. It looks like there was two. There was 1998
Really?
and 2004.
Well,
and
it
I
must have been the
found-
98 then.
No, we were 2004, definitely. I've got one that's 2004. You might have one from 1998.
That made me 5. That's a bit before football coin collecting. Isn't it?
So I found a photo of one online of Les Ferdinand.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. As if that went to print. As if Les Ferdinand signed that off. Oh, Les, the samples of your coins come back, mate. You'd laugh them out the bank, wouldn't you? Flipping heck. I think, send me that. I'll post that along with the, I'll make sure that image gets attached on Twitter or Facebook or something. Start for 10 pod at Start for 10 on Twitter.
Oh, God.
So for reference, you can look at Les Ferdinand as a bean. Oh, have you seen that? I think it's Les Ferdinand, that picture of that boy, that kid who's like found that picture of when he went to school back as a just found his picture at my mum's house when she sent me to school for dressing up day as Les Ferdinand, and this mum has just done full blackface on this little boy. It's ridiculous. I think it is Les Ferdinand.
This is brilliant. It could have been Rio.
I don't know. It wasn't Rio. It is Les Ferdinand.
Rio.
I'll also attach that picture for reference. Yes, that's reminiscing a little bit last night through old school photos. I cannot believe me mum and dad sent Jack to school covered in boot polish, dressed as Les Ferdinand.
Let me see.
You shouldn't laugh, but Jesus Christ.
When was it? What year was it?
I don't know, but
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, you've got to post that too.
well, he was playing for Newcastle. Oh, that's not even. Oh,
Oh, man, that was intense.
sorry, it's hard to compose myself after. But I do remember football stickers. Did you do them as well?
Yeah, I had some of them.
Yeah, I did football stickers, and I also sent off a stamped addressed envelope to the people.
Stamped addressed
to Panini.
envelopes.
I sent them off to Panini, and they sent me back the ones that you could send like a tick list of what you wanted.
Yeah, you could. I remember.
Yeah, and they sent me back 4 Robert Perez's who played for Arsenal, and that
I
was
remember
like
Perez.
cash in the bank money. They were
Money.
like high value.
Money. He was probably well on form back then.
I don't know if he was playing quite well for Arsenal at the time.
He was. Yeah, I remember.
He's probably retired now. Lives
I
in
think.
the south. Of
No,
France.
he plays. He does play for someone because I saw.
Really?
Yeah, I saw him in the news recently.
Surely,
Robert Perez.
he's 42.
Hmm.
Surely he's
I
retired.
swear I saw him in the news the other day playing for someone.
Well, he was part of Arsenal when they had the unbeaten run through the league.
Yeah, he
to be
was,
fair.
yeah.
So
Him
that
and
was
Henri.
Yeah, that was like Arsenal in their prime. I mean, yeah, I had an Arsenal shirt as well.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that was the closest I came to being a football fan.
I followed it a little bit back then.
I was 9 because I had the number on the back for my birthday.
That's quite cool. I used to follow it back then, about that time, because me, my sister, and my dad used to watch it, you know. But then I
think
lost
though,
it.
when I was 9, I didn't have the endurance. I genuinely couldn't watch something that long on the telly. I'd lose interest.
Yeah, see, I can quite get into stuff like that. I don't enjoy it, the sport or the game, but I can enjoy what I'm watching. Do you see what I mean? That's weird. I know it sounds weird.
When I was that old, I used to, I'm an Arsenal fan, but I would never watch any of the games. Like the Formula 1 would be on as well, on ITV on a Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, and I wouldn't be able to watch a whole race.
Time used to just fly away.
But it was 2 hours, but I used to think, because, I mean, that's as long as a race is allowed to be. They stop it after it goes beyond 2 hours. But I used to think that used to go on for the entire day in my life. That was like the whole day. The day was Formula 1.
Yeah.
But now, I watch 5 or 6 games of rugby a week. Full games. Yeah.
How do you commit that much time to that sport?
I don't know. I absolutely love it.
That's mental.
I absolutely love it. I do watch 5. I watch 5 or 6. I watch Premiership. I watch club Premiership rugby. I watch some Super Rugby sometimes, which is New Zealand, South Africa type club rugby. I sometimes watch the Pro 12 as well, which is like Wales, Ireland, Scotland league. I do love a bit of rugby, you see.
See, I could watch films for that long.
My favourite weekends are European rugby weekends when all the clubs and whatever play together, and you get the French ones as well. And my personal best, I've watched 12 games of rugby in one weekend and one live as well.
12?
Yeah.
How did you watch that much rugby?
I watched one live and then I came home and rewatched it again on the telly afterwards.
That's absurd.
So we'll go to Exeter Chiefs, we'll watch the game there, then I'll come home and I'll watch the recording on BT Sport.
What?
You could say I'm a committed fan, or you could say I'm weird or sad or whatever.
No, you're not sad. It's just that's a lot.
But
How is that even possible? How long's a game?
80 minutes.
It must have been like non-stop rugby.
Yeah, on a European weekend, you'll watch rugby there'll be a 12 o'clock kickoff, like a 2:30, 3 o'clock kickoff. There'll be 4 games in an afternoon, and then on the Saturday and the Sunday, and then sometimes watch the South African stuff and whatever in the early mornings, because obviously their time zones are different. Yeah. So if you get up, if there's the right game's on, you can get up at 7 a.m. and watch in the South African games are later.
Little
bit later. You can watch in Australia or New Zealand at like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and then there's like a 9 a.m. game, and then an 11. Then you get a bit of a clash for the 12 o'clock early kickoff. Yeah, that's how I managed to do 12 games in a weekend.
It's
quite a feat, isn't it?
I was just wondering if I could watch that many films, but I don't know if you could watch that many films in that time.
The problem is, you couldn't do it with films because you wouldn't be able to. You have to focus.
I've done the Star Wars trilogy, all in one go.
Trilogy. So
the original trilogy.
You watched 3 in one go.
Yeah. We watched the original trilogy and then watched on a separate occasion, watched the next 3.
So you did 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6 in one go is not too bad.
Yeah, they're not that heavy. They're really easy to watch.
No, but I've been doing quite a bit of reading, like reading books and whatever, and I read really fast. And I read like really, really, really fast. I'll read a book I don't know. I read on a Kindle, so I don't have any idea of how many pages.
Oh, you have a Kindle? I didn't know you had a Kindle.
I don't know how many pages I'd get through, but I'll read like what would be a 400-page book. Like an average book,
like a novel.
Yeah, your average book. I'll maybe do like half of it in 3 or 4 hours. So, I mean, it's like 6 hours and done for that. So I read really fast. Now the problem is, you read so fast, you actually stop taking it in.
Yeah, you're just reading.
Yeah, and then sometimes you have to step back from it and do it in the chunks to like. So obviously I'm reading all the words and I'm taking it in, but I'm not taking it
Getting the story.
Yeah, not always. So I find myself sometimes just skimming, almost, or just blitzing it for the sake of blitzing it. But if you're loving it and enjoying it, it's going in and it's fine. But I couldn't I couldn't read for 12 hours, but. And I know it sounds really stupid watching sport that is essentially the same sport, and you say, "Oh, you get bored." But it's it's a different thing unfolding in front of you. Whereas when watching a film requires attention to be processing and all the time. Whereas, I mean, sport is essentially you can just take your brain out quite a lot of the time.
I'm quite good at taking my brain out. Well, you think about it though. Basically, you could read the whole of the Hunger Games series in about 6 hours by watching the film.
Yeah, I know
which I'd rather do.
What, read the books?
I'd rather watch the films.
The books are quite good.
Yeah, I'm sure they are, but I can't be bothered to sit there for 5 days and read.
I have actually
4
read. I
books.
read the first Hunger Games book.
3 books.
I read the first Hunger Games book in 3.5 hours. So I read it one morning. Yeah.
I hate that series anyway. It irritates me.
What irritates you?
The Hunger Games.
But what irritates you?
Because I can't get my head around there ever being a society that would allow children to kill each other. I just can't ever see it happening, and it irritates me.
Doesn't have to happen though, does it?
Yeah, but it's just stupid. It's like when you're trying to make something that will never happen, and it's stupid. Like Star Wars is so absurdly stupid. It's fine. It's fantasy. It's nonsense.
Oh, so you're saying it treads too close to the line so that it annoys you?
Yeah, it's irritating, and I can't get. I remember watching the first Hunger Games film and just thinking, "Oh, that was just stupid."
It's quite good.
What dark, fucked up person sat down in a dark room with a very dim candlelight and wrote that story about children, about adults purposely making children kill each other?
Just go back to the amount of light. Was there just enough light to see the words that you've written?
Yes.
Only just enough?
Just enough. So his heart, it was just, the room was the same colour as his heart.
Actually. I think it was a woman who wrote it.
I was using the him as,
okay.
generic him. The colour of the room was the colour of his heart. Black.
I think it was written by Suzanne Collins. So yeah,
she's a very screwed up person, and maybe she should go to a mental asylum.
She's got enough money now.
It just seems very strange that somebody would think that up and think oh yeah, this is a great story for teenagers to read.
It is, though.
Oh, it's stupid. It is. It's stupid. Write something about vampires or something.
Yeah, but that's also obscene.
No,
and then when they tried to make so a bit like Twilight and that's
why I said vampires. Yeah.
That's also like close to being real life, but with a
because
weird
vampires
axis.
are never going to exist. Neither are werewolves.
Yeah, but neither is the world that the Hunger Games is set.
But there's
in.
nothing about that world that isn't physically possible, other than children killing each other.
There's literally thousands of parts of that
But it's
world.
only technology. It's only stuff that could be developed. Technology doesn't count.
It does.
No, because we're never going to invent werewolves, are we? But you potentially could invent, domes where you can control the weather.
Yeah, but there's more to the Hunger Games than that.
I know there is.
But it's obscene. I don't understand it. The world, it's not just like they've taken a current UK town and made them kill each other. That would be a bit I see what you mean about if a film was close to home that it would annoy you because it would be unrealistic.
I understand that it's all dystopian and everything, and it's all playing off the Battle Royale thing anyway. I don't know if that was first. I think it was.
Oh, I can't imagine that this hasn't had elements of other stuff stolen, if you see what I mean.
Battle Royale is a Japanese film, if you don't know what I'm talking about, where loads of naughty school children go and kill each other. It's fantastic. See, that I can get on board with because they're all horrible people.
42 ninth graders.
Yeah. I don't know what 9th grade is, but they were quite young. Maybe 16.
When was the Hunger Games written?
I don't know, but I think Battle Royale came out in the 90s.
Battle Royale was 2000.
Yeah.
I can't find what year the Hunger Games was. 2008. Battle Royale
so
was
there you go.
way
So
before.
basically she just copied Battle Royale then, because it's just a load of naughty Japanese school children that just kill each other on this island. It's basically the same plot. Once they're on the island and once they're in the dome in Hunger Games, it's basically the same plot where they all have to kill each other. And if they step out of the boundary, they get killed. And every day, I think someone gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like a mixed match of weapons as well. So they all get given a bag, and in the bag is a weapon. So some people have like Glocks, and some people have teddy bears. It's really screwed up, but it's quite good.
Now you've explained that literally is so similar.
It's literally the same. It is literally the same. I was watching it. I was ill once, and I was up at about 4:00 in the morning, and I was watching it on some obscure channel, and I was like, "This is pretty good." It's like, But it's the Hunger Games. It's the same
Well,
thing.
so at 4 a.m. some channel was showing Battle Royale.
Yeah, it was great.
Jesus.
But anyway,
I haven't been sleeping at all. I've been watching weird stuff. I've gone back and I've hammered through Parks and Rec because I've just been nocturnal.
but that's
again.
a good thing to watch.
Yeah, it's take your brain out.
Yeah, it's good.
It totally is. And yeah, but
Bit of American sitcom.
watching that at 4 a.m. in the morning is quite weird. You're just not sleeping. I started to wonder after a while, how long is there like a finite line a human cannot? How many
Yeah,
days?
they did it, didn't they, on Channel 4? It was like a Big Brother style thing.
How many days can a human go without sleep?
Do you not remember that? It was probably the early 2000s. And they did this thing. It lasted, I don't know, a couple of days. And it was seeing how long people would last. Basically, if they fell asleep, they were called out and they lost. And it was last man standing type thing.
2004, it was called Shattered.
There you go.
10 contestants were challenged to go without sleep for 7 days while their actions were constantly monitored.
Yeah.
If at any point a contestant closed their eyes for over 10 seconds and £1,000 was deducted from the prize fund,
There you go.
it was 100,000 quid. And who won?
I don't know.
Claire S.
Oh, yeah, her.
She was she was safe / low the whole way through for like her they said the
Technique?
likelihood of them being eliminated.
I see.
She was like safe the entire way through.
I suppose
Some people
really
quit.
you've got to stay low and mellow and calm, haven't you, the whole time?
The adverse reactions. Through research has gone into the effects of sleep deprivation, nobody knew exactly what to expect. Hallucinations and odd behaviour became evidently quite quickly in some contestants. Numerous contestants suffered from both hypoagonia and hyponumapnoea, essentially dreaming while awake, just prior or before or
I've
after
done that.
sleep. Yeah. Chris believed, these are contestants. Chris believed that he was the Prime Minister of Australia, and he also thought that he was on the set of Neighbours. Jimmy got angry when others refused to put on their Japanese armour and play with the imaginary ball. Dean and Jonathan were convinced their clothes had been stolen.
Brilliant.
Dean nearly managed to... Dean fell over and almost fell asleep on his feet. After 75 hours, the contestant Lucy walked out having talked to the psychiatrist, and they decided she could no longer continue.
That's not very long, is it? I suppose being the last person would be the most difficult thing, because once everyone else is gone, you've got no chance, have you?
Do you know how they decided the winner?
Huh.
At 3:45 p.m. on the final day, the contestants were sent to bed. So they
Oh,
obviously,
wow.
the last to fall asleep would win. Or alternatively, they would immediately lose the competition if they spoke, turned away from the cameras, covered their faces, or closed their eyes for longer than 10 seconds.
Wow, so they intentionally made them go to sleep.
The show reported that Jonathan and Chris fell asleep within a quarter of a second of each other at 4:12
Whoa.
p.m, while Claire continued to stay awake until 6:10. At this point, she was informed by the camera crew to go to sleep as there was a concern she was not coping well with remaining awake due to displaying erratic head movements.
There's your answer, my friend.
It turned out she actually really needed the bathroom and was trying to signal to the crew this by flicking her head towards the toilet. Yes! But she was worried that if she spoke, she'd be removed from the contest.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Amazing. She endured 178 hours of sleep deprivation. I'll give you £100 if you can guess what she attributed her success to.
I don't know.
Okay, you can have 3 guesses.
Needing to go to the bathroom.
Nope.
I don't know. I really can't think.
She attributed her success to silently winking to the tune of Light My Fire. Constantly.
What, relight my fire?
Yeah. So, no, come on, baby, light my fire. So she winked to come on, baby, light my fire for 178 hours.
Wow. I imagine someone with OCD would do quite well because they just need to keep blinking, keep having that tune. I think we could do it. 170 hours. We'll set up a live streaming cam and just see how long we can stay awake in here.
Are there some sort of ethical issues with that show? I guess if you...
But they all went for it, didn't they, like Big Brother?
Yeah.
So you asked the question, how long do you reckon you could stay awake for? And the answer to that question is 178 hours.
Well, that's how long somebody did it on telly. So that was a week.
That was for 100 grand.
Yeah, but it was reduced because some people
That was
fell
for
asleep.
90 grand.
Mm.
that's
Experts
how long
labelled the
she stayed
show
awake
harmful.
Harmful.
They'll be shattered, but not dead.
Was that the tagline?
It faces a probe. It had 11 complaints from viewers to Watchdog. I mean, 11. I'm sure. I think pretty much every show.
Why did people complain?
It takes a special kind of person to complain.
Oh, it's so stupid.
Who? I'd quite like to
There
have
are
a
probably
sit
some
down.
instances where it's acceptable, but other times, no.
I'd quite like to have a sit down with the kind of person who has once written into a watchdog of to complain about a TV
I don't
show.
know anyone.
Yeah. Who?
Get it out on Twitter. Find someone.
I'll try and find somebody for you.
Find someone and we'll get them on.
That concludes the personal messages. We continue with music.
If you can find someone who has genuinely complained,
I'll be impressed.
that would be amazing.
Right. That
We'll start for 10.
was a start for 10. We went straight in and we started talking about people selling the new £5 note
Oh,
for-
wow, yeah.
for 160 times its value. We then talked about coin collecting,
Yeah.
Les Ferdinand,
Les Ferdinand.
blackface,
Perez.
Robert Pires, Arsenal, the obscene amount of televisual sport I watch,
Films.
films, The Hunger Games, Battle Royale,
And how long you can stay awake for. I don't know how we got on to how long to stay awake for.
the Channel 4 television show Shattered,
Shattered, yeah.
and my attempt to stay awake for more than 178 hours.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it live.
We'll do it as one long podcast,
Going to do it tonight.
and I'm going to blink to light my fire.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
George looks like he's having a stroke. Right, so yeah.
Cheers, guys. Like us on Facebook.
Yeah, get us
and
on...
Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, this is a pre-record. George is on holiday. It was my birthday last week. Yeah, so... yeah, George. I hope George is having a nice time. Where are you on
I
holiday?
am. I'm in Mallorca.
You in Mallorca?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you having a nice time?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Ah, great. I'm so happy for you.
How was your birthday? Was it good?
Oh, my birthday was so good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I rode a dolphin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I rode a dolphin, and yeah, I got a new cricket bat,
That's pretty cool, man.
and I went go-karting.
Jesus, all in the same day.
Yeah, all in the same day. Yeah, it was quite an action-packed day.
That's amazing.
I didn't know that they had a dolphin outside the go-karting track waiting for
Oh,
me.
yeah.
So that was quite
good,
fun.
yeah.
And then I went out for dinner with Mum and Dad.
Oh.
Yeah, to end the day, you know. as you do,
Oh,
so.
nice, yeah. Mackie
Just-
D's, yeah.
just-
Happy
yeah.
meal.
We all had Happy Meals. Yeah. And then I had a 20 nugget share box just for the road home.
And an apple pie, but you burnt your mouth and you cried on the way home.
Yeah, I cried. I burnt my tongue, but that always happens. So yeah, that was my birthday, really. And just a great way to start the 23rd year.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So that was that. Sorry, no unwatch, as we said for the reasons that this is a pre-record. So
Yeah.
hadn't done anything
Next week, you
in the 15
Unwatch.
minutes between.
Unwatch will return next
Well,
week.
this means you're going to get a double special of unwatch.
Oh, yeah, they will.
We will
Aren't
get a
you
double
lucky?
special. Yes. Talk too long. We've lost the jingle.
Damn it.
We've broken the magic.
Damn it.
Right. Anyway.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. Catch you again. Bye.